former Pennsylvania senator had been stuck at the back of the pack, but Iowans appear to be warming up to him right now. The latest polls show him in third place. The former senator is casting himself as the only, quote, consistent conservative among his GOP rivals. Could he pull off a surprise victory? Many people have been talking about the Iowa surprise. Well, here to talk about it, David Mercer is a Democratic strategist, and Sherilyn Harley-Lebon is a former RNC spokesperson. They join us this afternoon. Happy New Year to you both. So happy to have you here. So look, we've been following these polls right now. The polls showing that Rick Santorum is now his hard work might be paying off for him. But if he wins third place or even pulls off a surprise and wins it all, is it enough for him to go on to a victory?
I don't know if it's enough for him to go on to victory.
Yeah.
I think what's important is that Santorum is getting those voters from Gingrich and Bachmann. And so he has worked very hard. But again, Mitt has more money. He's been working very hard and running ads. Paul has one of the best ground games, and he has for a while. He's got a lot of young college students out there who are willing to stand out in the cold for 24 hours a day. So, I mean, he just has a lot of competition with Mitt and Ron Paul.
Well, David, to Sherilyn's point, talking about Paul and Romney having a good ground game and a good organization, can Santorum duplicate that beyond Iowa?
Well, we might reflect back on 2008. It's Romney and Paul who are the only ones among the candidates who have run twice now. And so it just tells you how what it takes to become a nominee of either party. But with with Santorum, I think he's too much of a niche candidate to have any.
Yeah, you mean in terms of just appealing to conservatives and evangelicals
and social issues?
Okay.
We haven't seen much breadth from Santorum on foreign policy, on economic issues that have his signature on them, that has any kind of following or distinguishes him from the other candidates.
Yeah, go ahead, Sherilyn.
Actually, I do think Santorum has been pretty good on foreign policy issues. He's been pretty strong on Iran, and that has been his experience in the Senate.
Let me ask you about that, though. What do you think about Rick Santorum saying we need to bomb Iran if they close the Strait of Hormuz and develop some sort of nuclear weapon? What does that say about his foreign policy? Is that in line and lockstep with the Republican Party?
I wouldn't say to come out and say we need to bomb them right away. I don't think that's probably something that most of the Republican candidates would want to advocate right now. But he does have some solid foreign policy experience in the Senate. He was a former congressman as well. So, but for this comment about Iran, I think his policies on Africa, he's been an advocate. So, I mean, he has a history there. But that comment about Iran probably is not one that we would advocate right now.
David, Mitt Romney doing well in the polls against President Barack Obama. If the election were held today, he would be at 45%. President Obama would be at 39%. What do you think about that? Is it too early? I mean, obviously, if he were to get the Republican nomination, he says he would like to challenge President Obama to numerous debates to talk about hope and change that he believes the president has failed to deliver.
Well, we will put the record forward in terms of the hope and putting numbers on the board and changing the economy and stabilizing the economy and preventing or stopping the bleeding. But with regard to Mitt Romney, the thing about the polls is within his own party, he can't break the 25–27% threshold. Yeah. And everybody that has taken him on, one candidate or another, he's still, when they drop out or they fall behind again, like Newt Gingrich, who had a surge, those voters, when they left Newt Gingrich, did not go to Romney. So we got to see him put that on the record.
I see Sherilyn chomping at the bit right here, so final word, please.
I'm not concerned at all about where, that Romney can't get above a certain percentage, because Republican voters are very energized. They're very clear. If there's a difference between, if the choice is between Romney and Obama, we know exactly what the Republicans are going to do. The other thing is that thus far, Obama's his talking point has been, choose me because, what the Republican candidate offers is this. That is really not a position an incumbent wants to be in. I mean, he's not running on his record.
You can't do any worse.
Right. You can't. Okay. That is really not a good position for any candidate to be in.
We got to leave it there. David, I'm sorry. I saw you ready to get some more in there. David Mercer,
Sherilyn
Lebon, thanks so much, guys. And Happy New Year to you as well. It's good to have you.
Good to be with you.
All right. Thanks very much. Well, Fox